All right, guys, today we're going to talk about concentration for your homeschool child. All right now it is very imperative that these kids concentrate right now. It's the end of the school year. All right, we're in March right now, going into April, and these kids need to concentrate. It's funny. Some kids think that they, towards the end, they can kind of relax in homeschool and be like, oh yeah, I can just, I can chill and I can just slide by. No, you can't just slide by. This is the crucial time, parents, that you must make sure that your homeschool child concentrate, okay? Because what happens is their homework can get piled up, okay? And that's something, trust me, that's something that you do not want, because it is extremely hard to catch up, all right? I'm a witness. It's so funny. My son, he actually tried that, and now his homework was piling up, and so I gave him a game plan. So now he's executing the game plan, and he's knocking his homework out, and he's catching up. But he's seen how it felt to have all that homework piled up. He just didn't have no playtime. He didn't have no time to do anything. I told him, I said, you got to make sure that you get your work done. I said, your games, that stuff's going to have to wait. Okay, so that's one of the things that parents, you also want to make sure that you pay attention to. My son is in the 8th grade, and so he in middle school. So if you have any kids that are in middle school, that's something you got to pay attention to. Make sure that they don't have 19 windows open at one time on their computer. Making sure that they're needle precision concentrating on their work. All right, and that they don't have things in the background. They can listen to music. Music seems to help them, but YouTube videos playing on the right side while they have their homework on the left side, that's something you want to make sure that you look out for, because that has happened to me. I walk in, Sakai got YouTube video on the right, he has his work on the left, and he's just juggling the two. And I'm like, bro, you can't do that. You can't concentrate like that, bro. Son, you're gonna slip up, and somehow you're not giving it 100% effort, because you got a YouTube video sitting right there, and you're going back and forth. Somewhere along the lines, you're gonna end up, messing up. So, I told him, I said, just make sure that you needle precision concentrate. All right. So the kids that are in the lower grades already know that parents, that you're probably going to be in the room with the kids. So, just make sure that they're concentrating on their work. Okay, this is a very, very crucial time. We get into April and then May. Once May hit, it's a wrap, because you got May, and then some homes will go to June. But that's it. That's it. So just make sure that they're giving it their all. Parents, that you're giving it your all, and making sure that the kids is concentrating on their homeschool work. Don't let the video games take control of them. All right? Don't do that. Don't let the video games take control of them. Don't let YouTube take control of them, because it can very well happen, and those kids can end up falling behind. And once they fall behind, they could get discouraged. They probably don't even want to catch up. So that's something that you want to make sure that you can prevent. Okay, so like I said, if the kids are in the middle school, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, you want to make sure that you're checking in on them. And sometimes you can even sit with them, just to make sure that they're concentrating on their work. All right, so like I said, crucial time, concentration is key. All right, concentration is key. Parents, this is actually a problem. I've been looking at some videos, and there's parents that have been saying they've been having trouble with the YouTube videos, Roblox, and Fortnite while the kids are doing their work and doing their homework. It's a problem. And what's happening is the video games and the Fortnite, the YouTube is interfering with their test scores. Yes, it's interfering with their test scores, and it's becoming a serious problem for the homeschool community. So I'm here to tell you, as a homeschool dad, to make sure that you're checking in on your kids. Make sure you check those windows. Make sure you don't have 10, 19 windows open all at one time. Okay, like I said, crucial time. The kids got to make sure that they concentrate. Parents, one thing I want you to remind them of is that everything that they're doing is a recording. Okay, it's a recording, which meaning that they can go back and they can play that whenever they want to. They can watch videos whenever they want to. They can play Fortnite whenever they want to. Okay, when I was growing up, I didn't have that luxury. When I was growing up, if there was a program on, for example, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, okay, that was one of my favorite programs. You know, I get out of school, I gotta run home because I gotta catch it. Because if I don't catch it, it's going to be gone, right? I can't push the rewind button, you know what I mean? I didn't have that luxury, you know? And so, and there are some shows that are like 8 o'clock. I want to catch that show, but in order to do that, I got to make sure that I get my work done. You see what I'm saying? So that was different back then. I got to get my work done and then I can watch the film. But kids today, they can hit the record, they can push play, they can stop it, they can just push pause. I mean, they can do all that stuff. All right, so they have the luxury of doing that. And parents, if your parents are around my age, remind them that it wasn't like this back then. So if it's a recording, you can easily go back and you can watch it, you can play it, because you didn't miss anything. Okay, even Netflix, Prime, Hulu, you know, they be on there too. And there's been some complaints about that. They're sitting up there watching movies, while they're doing a quiz and wonder why the quiz time runs out, right? It just runs out. And they give them good amount of time. Sometimes it could be just 10 questions and the quiz time could be like an hour and 10 minutes. That's plenty of time to get those quizzes done. And they run out of time because they're sitting up there watching movies and watching videos and stuff. So parents, once again, I can't stress this enough. This is going to help you. This is going to help your kids. This is going to help your kids' grades. Okay? I've already experienced it. All right. So, but I nipped it in the bud, you know, getting them on track. And now he's doing, he's doing better. He's still catching up a little bit. He's going to catch up over the weekend. I mean, it's going to be a done deal. So, but parents, look out for that. Get your kids, make sure that the kids are concentrating, okay? Make sure they get those breaks. You got to get those brain breaks, okay? Because if you don't get any breaks, then the kids can burn out. So that's something that you don't want. You don't want them burning out, all right? All right, parents, I am the Homeschool Dad. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell a friend about me because I can help them. All right, I'm the Homeschool Dad. I will see you on the next video tip.